Hello everyone, Zekman Awesomeness here. Today is, another live stream. So, today, in case you've seen the title and the description, I'm gonna be, going over things related to Sonic 2 Westside Renovation. This is a Sonic 2 mod that I've been working on for quite a while, actually. So, yeah. It's just a regular Sonic 2 decomp on the PC. This is not a Sonic 2 ROM hack for the Genesis, nor is it for Sonic 2 Absolute. As I'm not entirely too sure how I'd port a mod to Absolute anyway. I might have to look for some help on that. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get started. So, a little backstory about this one. I've released the SHC 23 version of the mod a few months ago. And everything has been going pretty well. Haven't seen a whole lot of people play it, but well, I can understand that. It is a Sonic 2 PC mod. A Sonic 2 mod for the decomp. And I did say you'd have to get the latest version of the decomp itself if you want to see the full experience of the game. Though if you do not have the latest version of the decomp, the game will still work, though the extra stuff I put in will break and air out. So it's crucial that you update to the latest version of the decompilation of Sonic 2 prior to starting the experience. So, yeah. I'm gonna go get started here. So, yeah. So everything here is exactly the same as normal. So, let's go ahead and start the game. We have our usual Sega screen. Go tone that down a little bit. Pause menu is still the same. We have our little title screen music, which is the Sonic 1 prototype theme. So for all the soundtrack, I use the old soundtrack. As you can see, I was working this is a work in progress. So yeah, the name is Verdant Hill. So I changed the name of the mod. I changed the name of it. So this is awkward. So I don't think that's supposed to look like that. But so yeah, we have our little seesaws from Hilltop Zone. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is supposed to look like this. But then again, I added new level chunks, so I could probably get this stuff to work. But this is awkward because it looks awkward. You know what I mean? I don't think Emerald Hill was supposed to look like that. But yeah. Well, something worth noting is that the music tempo has been alongside the music tempo. I also changed the pitch to make it higher. So, yeah. Thought that would be a nice touch. Thought that'd be nice to touch. So, yeah. So, I added these things. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to look like this, though. Then again, I added new chunks. So, maybe that's why. Maybe the hardware limitation just couldn't handle it. Or, I don't know. Not sure what the issue could be. But, yeah, Act 1 has been extended. All I can say is Act 1 has definitely been extended. So, yeah. Oh, wow. A lot of the tiles are missing, apparently, for some crazy reason. Yeah, a lot of the tiles here are missing. For Verdant Hill. Yeah, I changed the name of the first level of the game. It seems to be normal over here, though. Act 2 is normal. Yeah, we have the new hilltop flooring. I guess Act 1 looked weird because I extended it. But, yeah, I'm not sure why Act 1 looks really strange. But, I'm gonna have to have some help on that. But, yeah. So I'm getting close to another level. So, well, potential level entrances, per se. So, yeah, you gotta rely on these, seesaws now. And you go up this platform, and then over here. So, I did not bother to change anything here, but this spring right here, it doesn't really work. It just sends you, like, pretty far away. It just sends you pretty far, like, at the end of the act. So, what you're meant to do here, you just, take the red spring, and then you launch yourself upwards. And then, after a little bit of time, there's gonna be, like, a screen fade out during the launch, and then you're gonna go, to Ocean Wind. So, yeah, it's the start of the alternate campaign thing that I'm doing. So, yeah. So far, it's just some level design changes, nothing too significant about Emerald Hill. Special stage itself, let's go inside. So, the special stage colors have been changed. So I went into the, so this was, I forget what program this was to edit the palettes for this. So I went into, RetroEd to, change the palettes for the stages. Oh yeah, as you can see, I also changed the ring requirements. So, that is achievable in, Sun LVL RSDK. So now the stages are a little bit harder. So you really gotta focus. So yeah. So for this, you just really gotta focus if you want to get all the emeralds. The corkscrew segment in the special stages here are only used in the secret 8th special stage in the mobile version of the game. Unmodded. So, yeah. So I thought the corkscrews looked pretty cool, so I sprinkled those on the 7 normal layouts. So I also changed the order of the emeralds so that they are the prototype order. And, yeah, the special stage color palettes are also from the prototype. So, yeah. Hello, welcome to the stream, folks. So, yeah. I do plan to have a feature where if you, respawn from a checkpoint, and, well, if you restart from a checkpoint, either after losing a life or finishing a special stage, you get to keep the rings you had when you first touched it, which, behaves exactly like, Knuckles in Sonic 2. So, yeah, if you play Knuckles in Sonic 2, the ring requirements are lower for him. When you touch a star post, the rings he has will be retained. So that's what I'm planning to do. So we come to the first boss of the level. First boss of the game, it's Coconuts from The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Because why not? I have indeed intended to put Mean Bean Machine opponents for this instead of just seeing Eggman everywhere. You know what I mean? I also intend to put like level transition cutscenes there. I have like a layout set up for them, but that's not fully realized yet. So that'll be in a future update. So what's next? So Chemical Plant is up next, and everything looks completely normal. Just like the SHC23 version, except there are some mild layout changes to possibly avoid soft locks. So, yeah. Usually, I'd probably just speed run through this, but I'm gonna go normal, like a casual player. These pipes behave exactly like the ones from a gauntlet. So, yeah. So, I had like a different layout in mind for Chemical Plant. So, I added chunks from the Nick Arcade prototype of Sonic 2. And I think it works pretty well, dare I say. And go to another pipe. Go to another pipe here. So yeah, it's a pretty random level design. It's not too out of the ordinary. So taking this pipe just goes straight down. So I think Sonic is supposed to be drawn inside and not outside. But yeah. So this is like the lower route. So it's pretty solid. The layering system is a little off. This is probably deliberate. So yeah, to avoid soft locking, I actually put the stairway things downward a little bit. I had to like swap out some chunks. I had to swap out a couple chunks to make this possible. I also changed this part slightly. Very slight change. So yeah. So yeah. I think I kind of stuck myself here. So yeah, you're not supposed to do that. So yeah. You're not supposed to do that. Yeah, if you try to reverse, you'll soft lock. That's a known bug. My bad. So if you like try to reverse, it'll if you try to go back if you try to backtrack through that loop, you'll soft lock. So that's a fault on me. So yeah. Yeah, that's a fault on me. Oh yeah, since I did a level restart, so a life got deducted from the counter. That's regular behavior. So yeah, that's just vanilla game behavior. So it's not an exclusive problem. That the vanilla games had that. So yeah. So the layout could, in theory, be a little bit harder. So yeah, it could be a little harder. So yeah. All right. So yep. I also changed this bit so you don't have to like run into the orb. Don't have to run into the unused ball obstacle. I think I removed the ball obstacle, or maybe I went far enough so that it would disappear. It's likely the latter. I went far enough to make it disappear. So I also changed this bit. So yeah. So yeah, all the bottom staircases have been lowered a little bit. So yeah. So I prevent potential soft locks in regards to that. But yeah, that upward guiding loop. If you try to backtrack, you'll soft lock. I might have to change the collision on that one. So yeah, that's the unused ball object. That's in Chemical Plant's debug listing. So yeah, and so is that fireball. So is the fireball actually. So yeah, so that fireball. So you take damage from the fireball, and unless you have a fire shield. So not a lot of people notice this, but there is actually a route that goes down in this map. So this is like a challenging thing with an extra life, and you get a free boost. So for here, you're supposed to take the raft here, and I don't think the wall's like, the wall is quite low enough to prevent cheating. So yeah, I'm just taking the lower route. So there's the bubbler. So the bubblers are here. That was also in the debug mode listing. So it behaves exactly as intended. Exactly as it did in the concept art. The bubbler three fish-eyed bandit spits out projectiles if it sees the player. And yeah. This, well, the ducking technique should not work here, because, I know the ducking technique when chemicals fall on you in the chemical plant boss. Okay, I changed this bit, too. So, this is I think this is a little bit easier. Karma. Okay, that was karma. But, yeah. So what you're meant to do is just to wait for these. It is possible to outrun this. It's still possible to outrun the water for this level. So, yeah. So, this direction is where the player would normally go, but now it's bonuses, so you have to go the other way. Then again, a good hop would probably not work in this case. Pretty much have to be careful. So, this spot is like this spot is Mania. So I took some layout stuff from Mania. So it doesn't always work, but oh yeah, forgot about that. Forgot about that one, but oh well. There's Nick Arcade and Mania elements slapped on. So yeah, I changed this boss as well a little bit. It's the second opponent from the Mean Machine, and the arena is easier. Because there's no bottomless pits, no unwanted pits. There is no unwanted pits for the chemical plant boss. That was a deliberate choice. I deliberately made that choice. Aquatic Ruin Zone is yeah, it looks normal. The SHC-23 version of the map is normal. So, yeah. Not a lot of people notice this either. There is a lower route. There's like an underwater, a whole underwater area for the layout. I think it might be riddled with too many fish, though. It could be riddled with too many fish. You probably have to make a well-timed jump. Assuming this is like a Knuckles-only route, per se. I'm going to assume it is a Knuckles route. Though with a good, well-timed jump, you should be able to get that. Yeah. Aquatic Ruin isn't like 100p done yet. So that's a soft walk. Oh, never mind. So yeah, that's pretty much what you should do at that point. It's likely that I forgot to add a spring. I must have forgotten to add a spring there. And I forgot to add a spring there. So, yeah. Yeah, those one-way doors are also in the debug listing. So, wouldn't hurt to see live instances of those. And, in case you didn't notice, at Verdant Hill, or Emerald Hill, rather, actually, the snail badniks are here, too. Yeah, I also changed that drowning sprite to be the Spinball Death sprite. I thought the sprite used in Sonic Spinball was funny, so you saw that Sonic using the Spinball Death sprite. Yeah, that sprite is inspired by Sonic Spinball. It's a custom sprite. There's a unique death sprite for Sonic. Instead of like something of the sort, he had his mouth open in a crescent instead of open all the way. I also extended Aquatic Ruin Act 1 a little bit. So yeah, that's something worth noting. The chunk set in Aquatic Ruin, it's decent, but it's kind of tricky to make a completely new layout with just those tiles alone. And I might change the I might change the name of this level to Neo Green Hill to resemble the prototype name of the zone. So yeah, there's that. So for this level, a secret zone is coming up. One that is in the Simon Y prototype of Sonic 2, and it got cut early into the game development after the Simon Y prototype. So needless to say, it got scrapped. That's the location of the spot. You go down, and here you are. This is Wood Zone from the prototype. Instead of just copying the entire original layout from the prototype itself, I went with my own thing entirely. Oh yeah, and that platform uses the same palette as this level. So that platform is reminiscent of the level reminiscent of the point where this level got deleted. I think it was after it got deleted. Only the palette stayed behind. Yeah, only the palette for the zone stayed behind in the final release, I think. So, yeah. So you got some interesting objects. So, yeah, in the prototype, there was like a background here. There was like a very, very awkward background of some sort. The conveyor belts... Well, the conveyor belts don't work. Yeah, I don't know about that, but, So, yeah. So, this is the familiar layout. So, very little work was done with Wood Zone. So, it was understandable why it got removed. I could have sworn that, these conveyor belts still worked. The rotating pallets Oh, well, the conveyor belts never really worked for this level. The rotating pallet does. The rotating pallet works. Oh yeah, that loop down there, I'm gonna demonstrate. Because, this was solid. This spot was solid before. So that's my bad. So now, you can go in there easily. You can now pass through it easily. So this entire background of the level is under the stage itself in the Simon Y prototype. So, yeah. So I got rid of that. And, yeah. With the empty space, I added on from what was unfinished. So yeah, reluctantly, the slicer enemies that I don't really like is in the game, is in the stage. That was reminiscent of Sonic 2, the secret zones. So yeah, you're about to see a huge change that is an extreme work in progress. Wood Zone Act 2. I worked on it a little bit. I got a complete layout going on, but it's not done. It's not done. The level's not done. So yeah, I got a layout going on, but it's unfinished. It's unfinished. So yeah, it's unfinished, and it kind of stops. So yeah. So I'm gonna work on this for a little while. It's gonna be, rest assured, it's gonna be in a fixed state. Once it's, the level's gonna be, in a good state when it's, ready and raring to go. So, yeah. So, yeah. That's unfinished. So, say if you, like, avoided Wood Zone. So, yeah, you go to Casino Night. As usual. I changed the layout for Act 1. So, so as you notice, all the sound effects are from the Simon Y prototype of Sonic 2, with some exceptions. There are some sound effects from the beta version of Sonic 1. Like the rolling sprite, for instance, when you press down, like when you roll. Yeah, I don't think it's high-pitched. It just drags on a little longer. The elevators work fine. It's just hard to tell where to place them down. That's my only nitpick. It's kind of tricky where to place them down. Also, hello, Puyo Gamer. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, what I'm doing here, I'm just showing off Sonic 2 Westside Renovation in its current state of affairs. So, yeah. So, yeah, the layout has been changed. So there's a lot of layout changes to this mod, and palette changes, so not a lot going on. I don't think I finished this act yet, but yeah, I don't really think I finished this act all the way yet, but I think so. Yes, Sonic has passed. Also worth noting. So it was Sonic got through in Sonic 2 onwards. Sonic 1 had has passed instead of got through. So it had like a little act transition thing. Yeah, this is a very early work in progress state. So, yeah. This level is, by all means, not done. This level is, by all means, not done. This is not done. At all. Neither is the layout. So, let's just go to Hilltop. Let's go to Hilltop next. I'd like to see what happened. Okay, so, the layout for Hilltop is, pretty much the same as vanilla. Except I changed the layout to be more reminiscent of the Nick Arcade prototype of Sonic 2. I don't know why, I think the layout for the Nick Arcade prototype of Sonic 2 looks interesting, to say the least. So yeah, all the tracks from Sonic 2 are now the beta versions. The Seesaw sprite is different. Is now using the early sprite. And as a side effect, the Fire Orbinaut Badnik now has the same sprite as the Seesaw. So now now it's like an Orbinaut, but with the Seesaw thing. Seesaw ball. There, so yeah. So the layout here has also been changed too. So yeah. This is originally like a Knuckles Tails only route. Except I changed the second half of it. So yeah. So not a whole lot of changes. There's also an extra layout up there that I'd like to show off. But you'd have to have speed shoes. So let me go get those. So yeah. A lot of the unused chunks from the early version of the game are still here. So yeah. The layout for the act has been extended. So yeah. So yeah, that's a nod to the beta, where the one of those just fall early. So yeah. There's more where that came from if you took the bottom route. It's just some more platforming. Trying to make some of the levels a little longer. That's probably the state of affairs here. So yeah, Act 2 is also the prototype layout. So yeah, the Nick Arcade prototype layout is interesting to me. So yeah. It may not look entirely subtle, may not look very convincing, but I tried to make a sunset palette for sunrise palette for this level too, but it didn't really work out all that well. So that's what I left it with. Not a lot going on right now, but yeah, that's the shortcut that I just took for the for this part that you normally encounter in the lower route. This section I definitely changed as well. So this is a brand new section, with another bottomless pit. So, Act 1? The infamous bottomless pit in Act 1? You remember that? You remember the bottomless pit in Act 1? I filled it up. So, yeah. I filled it up, so it looks So now it houses a transition to another level, Emerald Isle, which is basically a reskin of Aquatic Ruin. You can choose to take these platforms here or take the seesaw. The lift. And it's a mad dash too, like, after that point, after you come out of the tunnel, it's just normal. Except I added foliage. Up here, so there's that. But this is a different opponent, so yeah. It's kind of easy to do bop non-stop for this act, for this boss, if you time it just right. So yeah. If you want to know another thing that I changed significantly, you're about to find out. I changed the name of the level, and I also, this level is now called Dust Hill. This is the prototype name for Mystic Cave. I changed the palette to be blue. Blue is my favorite color, after all. What you're supposed to do is go this way, batten down that hatch right there, climb this, over here, open the gate, and then you continue on. This does bar off access to the invincibility thing. So there's that. So yeah. I did not finish this layout yet either. But yeah. The layout is significantly different, but it's not done yet. So neither is Act 2 of Mystic Cave, which is the transition to Hidden Palace. This is where Hidden Palace is located. I probably would have made this block a little lower, but oh well. I don't think I finished this act either, but yeah. Or maybe I have. It's just something different. This you'd never see in the beta. This you never see. Figured I'd add it. Figured I'd throw it in there, just for lulz. Figured I'd, like, throw that in there just for the lulz. As you can see, it's slightly harder to get into Hidden Palace this way. As usual, you'd have to find a spike pit. So, yeah. So I completely missed it. So, in this case, I completely missed it. So, yeah, I completely missed it. So, yeah. Yeah, I completely missed it. Yeah, I'll take the L. I'll take it. So this does seem... Well, yeah, it is harder to get into Hidden Palace this way. The spike pit is not removed, contrary to popular belief. But I made it different. It looks different. I made the method of travel a little difficult, but I am determined to go to the Hidden Palace. I'm determined to go there. Determined to go see what else. Go see the hidden shrine. Go to the shrine. Yeah. I did make such a pretty long route, basically. It's a lengthy way over, so, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, here it is. Here it is. Made it a little bit different than Palace Zone. So, yeah. First thing out of the bat, you can see Segapede tiles. And the layout is now reminiscent of the prototype layout, with a couple exceptions. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The music is still the same, but, the layout itself is now the prototype version of the layout. But rest assured, this is a work in progress, and I am adding on from here. So, yeah. So that's a glimpse of the brand new Hidden Palace Zone appearance that will be in the next update for Westside Renovation. Now, Oil Ocean is where another secret zone can be found. The other one that was in the SHC-23 demonstration of the mod. Also worth noting is that the background music for Oil Ocean is now the Casino Night 2-player theme. I kind of like it. I kind of like this over the normal Oil Ocean theme. So, yeah. So this is the location of the level. This is the location of where the secret level is. So if you take this ball cannon, you go to Sand Shower. Ahem, I meant to say Mirage Saloon. So it's used, if you're wondering where the final Oil Ocean theme is, it's heard here now. It's heard in this level now. So, yeah. The layout has been changed a little bit for Act 1. Instead of just a hill, so I did that. So I have you see the wanted posters immediately. And, this is it. This is the mock-up screenshot. This is where the mock-up screenshot is. That's the mock-up screenshot thing. So, yeah. It's, so in the initial version, the VSHC-23 version of the mod, this was small. Well, I wouldn't say small, but it's, kind of short, but rest assured, it's now longer. It's now longer. I made it longer. Or, I made it longer now, so, yeah. I made the level a little longer now, so, I don't think this is, like, 100p done yet. I cannot confirm. But, yeah. So, yeah. That's the end of the new Act 1. So I retained the layout from before and just added on to it. So Act 2 is completely different. And keep in mind, it's not done. This is not done either. I don't think. I cannot confirm. But I know it's not done yet. You'll see how incomplete it is in just a second or two. And there you have it. This is incomplete. This isn't done yet. So, yeah. I have a lot going on here. You could see that I have a lot going on over here. Even on the lower path as well. where it doesn't look like much, but if you go down more, but not too far down, there's actually more. So, Sky Chase is the same. Wing Fortress has been renamed to Sky Fortress, which is the early name. So yeah, we're gonna go. What's next? What can I show off next? So yeah, a couple new levels. We have Ocean Wind, Festive Tundra, and Cyber City. That's like the late. So the first two, these two are these would be accessible if you fall off the Sky Fortress. So I'm doing an alternate campaign kind of thing, as well as keeping all the regular levels, but adding new ones. They are so all the levels that all the new levels you'll be seeing, they are not ported off from the other levels. The new levels are in their own level slots, which is fine. So boss attack versus mode is, I'm also doing versus mode zone. I plan to redo the entire versus mode shebang. But for now, let's see what Proto Palace looks like with the new details. So yeah. Proto Palace uses the unused track that most people believe that is the proper version of Hidden Palace's music. Mainly just for a cutscene only thing, but I could be wrong. So yeah, Segapede tiles. So I use Segapede elements from for the zone, which is these little decorations here. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering about this layout, this is reminiscent of the early Sonic 2 Delta days. Except at the end, I put the boss arena from the Sonic 2 mobile port. So yeah. I also want to mention that the underwater palettes are normal, and I did not change the underwater palettes. These are normal. Not sure how I want to do this, but yeah. So what's next? Can I go into Ocean Wind? These music has not been in there yet, but so this is Ocean Wind. It's buggy. It's there. But so this is very, very early. So this is Ocean Wind Zone from Sonic. This is one of the concept levels from the game that never appeared. This never made it to the final cut of Sonic 2. So I'm just showing off all the levels, all the extra stuff. Green Hill Zone is in this one, albeit it's the prototype version of the level. More specifically, it's the Tokyo Toy Show version of the level. So this background is a placeholder. Is just Westside Island from the game's title screen. The vanilla title screen is there. So yeah, not a lot going on, but So, what's next? Ocean Wind 2 doesn't look all that great either. It doesn't look too promising either. But there is this different. The layout is different. Rest assured. I don't think I intend for the background to look like this, but oh well. Hey, it's better than nothing, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, the music file I have is there. I just did not implement it into the game as of yet. So yeah. That's on me. How about the Christmas level? So, yeah. This is, Festive Tundra. This is, so this is basically the level from, the concept art. This is, so yeah, this is the Winter Zone from, Sonic. This is the Winter Zone. Oh, dear. I forgot about the collision error. Collision error. That was a collision error. So it's not in a finished state as of yet, but you saw just how much of a work in progress this is. So for this level, it's basically a palette swap of the desert level. This is a palette swap of the desert level, so, again, the music has not been... I did not implement the music yet, so it's still using Oil Ocean's music. It's still using the music for Oil Ocean, so, yeah. The Christmas, well, just in time for the holiday spirit. Quite fascinating, you know? So I am aware that the prototype, or not prototype, what is it? I'm surprised. Oh dear. Yeah, collision error. That is a collision fault. That's my bad. Not sure why that happens, but, yeah. So, you remember the, a video on the Sonic 2, concept stuff got revealed yesterday. So, yeah. It revealed quite some interesting stuff. So, it released some, papers that Tom Payne drew. So, yeah. There's some digitizer art shenanigans going on. It does seem apparent that the team was very busy, was quite bored with development, so they did a whole lot of doodling. They did a fair share of doodling. And I'm all for the doodling and all. So yeah. So, according to a VHS tape, I think it was a tape. So, so Brenda's, portfolio thing had a secret, Winter Zone appearance. So, yeah. This is where where a boss would be. But I did not implement that one in there yet, so it's just this for now. It's just this now. This is prior to seeing the portfolio tape and what Winter Zone actually looks like. This is prior knowledge. So, yeah. So yeah, I went with the, so I reused the tiles from Sand Shower. Palette swapped it to make it look cold and blue, and replaced the cacti with trees and other things. borrowed from Ice Cap Zone from Sonic 3. Also, the background is from the snowboarding section of Ice Cap Zone. So, yeah. So, opening up this capsule should lead straight to Cyber City Zone, but it's not there yet. So, yeah. So, yeah, Cyber City Zone is not available yet. So, I would love to show you Cyber City Zone, but it's not available yet. So, I think that's everything. Other than, changing the special stage layouts, actually, now that I think about it, let's take a look and see how it looks. So I changed the special stage layouts significantly. So now everything looks all funky. It's now ridiculously hard. It's now ridiculously hard. Holy smokes! It is ridiculous. The difficulty is ridiculous. The absolute difficulty on the stage is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous now. Let's try this one again. But yeah, I changed. So now, expect that. Expect the absolute ridiculousness of Special Stage 7. This is just bonkers. This is just bonkers. I bid you the best of luck trying to complete this. Because I know for sure I'm gonna have to change it significantly if this were to be beatable. 320 rings. So, yeah. So, yeah. Ridiculous layout. You can see just how ridiculous the layout is. You now have to collect like 320 rings. I know like a good ton of work needs to be done on this. Okay, I think I made the quota a bit too high. So yeah, I made the ring quota a little bit too high. But it's interesting to see how wacky the special stage is. Alright, that'll do for now. That'll do for today. So, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this little log. And I suppose I'll see you next time when I get some more work done on all the levels. So, see you later. Bye-bye.